Yeah, honey, I know. I know. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm about to go. Damn, yeah, it was only 1 or 2 pictures, and it was just cause 10. Yeah, it was 10. You counted them. Well, I liked them all because she had a fat. I gotta go. Love you. Bye. Taking on shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet.
Yeah, honey, I know. I know. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm about to go. Damn, yeah, it was only 1 or 2 pictures, and it was just cause 10. Yeah, it was 10. You counted them. Well, I liked them all because she had a fat. I gotta go. Love you. Bye. Taking on shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Hey, Stephanie. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you, but I hope you can hear me now. Uh, if you can't, hit them comments.
I can't even hear you. I got it live going right now.
This is what happens when you're
Doves
doing.
cry.
Don't cry.
Doves cry. There it is. You got it. I can't even hear you. It's on now.
This is the greatest production known to man. Here it is, April 12th.
Exactly.
Welcome to Taking Those Shows podcast, guys. I appreciate everybody sticking through the technical difficulties, especially Red Stephanie Dublin, who gave me, as a comic, Stephanie, I appreciate your laughs. Try doing this shit with 2 fingers, 1 in the stink and 2 in the pink.
Exactly.
Let me get to my guest tonight. To my left, your right, this is the world television champion.
Exactly.
He is one of the original members of the Four Horsemen on Virginia Commonwealth University campus back in our Gen X days.
Exactly.
And last but not least, you do not need to know what his name is. It's on his hat. He's not from Brooklyn, though. Ladies and gentlemen, B.
What's up, everybody?
You always, I guess it doesn't matter that we're not, because if they can't hear us, when you correct me, it doesn't matter because they can't hear us.
No.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's why you're my friend. The gentleman to my right, first of all, you've seen him plenty of times beside me, in front of me, never behind me, ladies and gentlemen. But he is the Bret Hart to my Shawn Michaels.
Exactly.
He is the owner, founder, and host of Legacy Internet Radio Zone, Ain't No Half Steppin'.
Exactly.
And recently in his revolutions or rotations around the sun, he has discovered that yoga, and he is a yogi. But most of all, he's a good man and a friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marcus J.
What up, boys? Glad to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Glad to be here. What up, B?
What's up, man?
Good to see you, brother. Yeah, man.
Fucker, man. I try not to give you an exactly because you said you don't like the
I don't like
exactly.
that.
You like,
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like a cheeky baby
I
exactly.
don't like that shit.
You notice the board is not over here.
Yeah, I noticed it's a different setup, like you left-handed now instead of right-handed.
Well, yeah, I found a way to ambidextrously get this thing. Oh, okay, Uncle Rush.
I could dig it.
Let me get Steph in there. Thank you. You know what, Steph? They said that. I hope I don't look like Russell Simmons. Although I don't have any of the. I want his bag. I want the bag that Russell Simmons got. But
Russell Simmons, the yogi.
he a yogi though. So I take that. I don't know the man, so I can't besmirch his character. But there's a lot of ledge behind everything with Russell Simmons. Anyway, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Steph.
And his daughter.
Yeah, and his daughter. Oh, that's a whole nother subject, man. Appreciate you, Steph. Hey, we're about to get into some talk. So jump in the comments, share it for me. I appreciate it. Mark, you ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, let's get it. All right, so let's get to this first one here. Whew.
What we is doing?
O.J. Simpson, man.
O.J. Simpson.
He passed away, I want to say it was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
2 days ago. And I mean, it shocked me because usually news like that gets out, you would know ahead of time that he was sick. But it was out of the blue. I saw him on a lot through Cam's platform of It Is What It Is. Shout out to Cam and Murder Mace doing the damn thing. In my opinion, one of the best platform video podcasters out there that's on my algorithm. But Mark, I want you to jump in this one first, man, because and I know B got plenty to say too. What is your thoughts on Orenthal, James Simpson? I ain't gonna even give you an exactly for this one because I can't think of one. A drop for it. On this man passing away, knowing his football career, everything, and also what he's infamously famous for.
Well, the juice has expired. O.J. Simpson is no more. I remember in October of 1995 when the verdict came down and he was found not guilty. I was a senior at Virginia Union University. I remember getting in my car because I watched it home alone. The verdict come down. It's middle of the day, 1-ish. And I was in the car on the way to school. And I remember blowing horns with other cars and, as brothers and sisters. And we rejoiced and I went about my way. I remember getting on the phone and having a conversation with my mother later on. She worked in corporate America. She was one of 3 Black people in her office and the others were white. And when the verdict came down in the conference room, they all had reactions. My mother and the other blacks were elated, and the whites were not. They were disappointed and angry. And she says it was the first time that she saw that type of difference in her office. And I remember her telling me that back then, and I recall that same conversation when I spoke to her today earlier. We were talking about this. And for me, the lasting impression of O.J. Simpson is not so much about who he was and more about the demographic of the lasting part of the story. A black man kills a white woman or allegedly is acquitted for it on the heels of the Rodney King verdict, on the heels of the LA riots. They were within just a short year or two apart.
92, 94?
92, 94, you know. I remember the NBA finals, the Knicks and Houston Rockets were playing. I remember watching the game when the white Bronco was going down and not really giving a fuck about the white Bronco because I'm a Knicks fan and
Hey,
the
no,
Knicks were in the finals.
You said that.
You
I have to
know,
give you an example for that.
yeah, I'll take it exactly for that. I'll take it exactly for that. You know, it's just it's so many mixed feelings. And then you fast forward to the charge that he got when he went to prison for the armed robbery and the kidnapping, in the case of him taking his own stuff back, and his homeboy had a gun, and you know that verdict came down, you know, years to the day after his acquittal. And it's crazy, it was years to the day, and he's sentenced to 9 years to 33 years. Now, first of all, there are people who have killed people. Now, remember his charge now. His charge wasn't murder. It was armed robbery and all that bullshit. Yeah. There's people who killed people went to jail for less time than 33 years. But 33 is also the amount of money that judgment was that the Goldmans got against him after it was 33 million. That judge knew what he was doing. They was fucking with OJ. So I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can look at this, you know, this conversation. You can look at the bigger conversation now that OJ has gone, the legacy of black versus white, because it didn't matter. Black people were elated because this was the one time that we feel like we got one over on the system. But then we still see things like George Floyd. We still see things like Tamir Rice. We still see things like Terrence Crutcher. We still see things like Freddie Gray and Sandra Bland, like all of these things, right? OJ, most of us, most say all, but most of us think he did it and he got away with it.
But there's been a lot of examples of law enforcement doing it and getting away with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I should break a board back over.
And it's a big part of the reason why my mom's situation, other people we see in the videos where black people were elated. It wasn't about OJ. It's not like we fucked with OJ.
It wasn't like OJ was fucking with us.
OJ wasn't fucking with us. It was like, yo, a black dude is accused of something against it became black versus white.
Mm-hmm. Who made it though? The system.
No, it wasn't the system. The demographics of the players involved.
The Times. And
the Times.
The Times 94, and I told you pre-show, I said 30 years, almost 30 years to the month of all of this going down. And you said,
that's a long time.
Right?
I was shocked it was 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years, man. You'll take OJ passing away. I want to say it was 73, I think. 76.
Yeah, 76.
Oh, I'm not surprised. And
he had cancer. Huh?
Yeah, he had cancer. And they said he was in hospice or something. And
he had prostate cancer. And I know that.
Yeah. My thing is seeing the videos of it was like crowds of kids in colleges watching the verdict, and then seeing like the kids from the HBCUs when the verdict comes down, they're cheering and everybody's happy and jumping up and down. And then you go like to Iowa and they're crying and everybody they can't be consoled, and it was like a hot mess there.
Even though that's 30 years since what he's infamously known for. You know, honestly, in that 30 years, he lived a lot of. He did a lot of stuff in that 30 years. The robbery in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know, he
spent 9 years in prison.
Yeah, he was in Florida, pimping it out. You know, he was just And he was doing interviews saying, if I
did it,
you know,
a book.
I
He
mean,
wrote a book.
honestly, how many black men, no matter what generation you're from, could actually have done or alleged done, charged? Or how about this? How many black men, no matter what generation, could have gone through with what Orenthal James Simpson went through?
Well, you got to also think that Orenthal James Simpson was in a different tax bracket than the three of us. You know what I'm saying? He moved in different circles. Like he was not of us any longer.
No.
So when you think about how white folks would clamor to be friends with him, and he'd say things like, "I'm not black, I'm OJ." Like he didn't.
He didn't say that.
Yeah.
For young folks might think Jay-Z came up with the line in his song, but in his rap,
He was quoting OJ.
He was quoting OJ, who actually said, I get to a real quick comment there from Red Stephanie Dublin says, I was in middle school when the verdict came out, but today with all the conspiracy theories, hater keep shit, hate keeper shit, I think Kris Jenner has something to do with it. Like she sold Nicole's soul to the devil to be number one and to have the Kardashians' life. Why she flee the States after Orange Juice death? What's she afraid of? I mean, we know that Diddy Party shit came out, but I wonder if I'm assuming that's if she's scared of shit fitting to come out too, but I don't know. Just an opinion, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who believes it. It's the internet age, Miss Stephanie Dublin, Red Stephanie. It's the internet age, and everybody's got an opinion, and you got yours out.
Exactly.
Not even a conspiracy theory. Even when it happened, I had and I'll speak on this. Look, the he say she say the way I got the story was even through the trial. He saw first of all, this man, this gonna go a whole other route, guys, and it's gonna be serious. This man had joint custody with his wife. They were going through a divorce or either was separated. He probably was stalking him, or seeing who was with his baby moms or his ex-wife or who's spending time around his kids. And he saw that it's this guy, Ron Goldman, right?
Mm-hmm. Word
was he literally saw in the phone call, because they got into a situation to where he was brought up on domestic. I don't know if it was domestic abuse charges, but they played the phone call, and he was like, "You doing this with this guy in my house?" This man was paying for the condo that homeboy was going through. It's faster. I mean, just 30 years ago again, and I'm not here to judge. I'm just telling you what the actual phone call showed. He was mad. They got into an argument. He put hands on her. He should have went to jail for that. You never should put no hands on your wife or your woman, period. End of story, in my
or your
opinion.
husband.
Or your husband, or anybody.
Yeah.
But this was all bubbling up. And to Red Stephanie's point was, they was in this circle where everybody was doing dirtball shit to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then the day that the incident happened, they went to dinner, and he said, like, I think they went to some recital after the baby's recital, and she brought dude around. It's the same dude. Now I'm thinking, if it was me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw it to you. Do you want me to throw it to you? If it was, I'm gonna throw it to you after I say it. If it was me and I'm going through issues with my wife and we got younglings, right? That we just left a recital. So it's supposed to be a family thing. Yeah, we beefing. But then I see you, the homeboy that you smashing in my face. Now, granted, OJ probably done brought a lot of bras around, a lot of ladies around too, but it was a volatile situation. So we're not to say what can happen and what's right or wrong in that situation. But back then, what I was thinking was, oh, this is a powder keg ready to explode. Your take. Did you see? Did you read? Did you hear the
I never really fed into the Ron Goldman and Nicole was smashing thing. I didn't feed into it. I don't care about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about the Stephanie point, the conspiracies here?
I don't subscribe to any of that. I just disagree with all that. Respectfully to my sister, I don't believe in any of that.
What about the gloves? What about the races?
Let me get to what I was going to get
Okay.
to. Think about the fact that he was beating her up. We got tapes of her calling 911 of her beating him up, of him beating her up.
Yeah.
We got pictures of her. All of this is available to us during the trial. Like we get all of this. We know all of this, right? So if you paid attention at the time, or even if you looked at the evidence afterwards, you know he was beating her up. Ain't no question about none of that.
No question.
Right? And then you look at his behavior once it happened. He didn't stand there and say, "Oh my God, my wife is dead. Police, police, police! Please find out who killed my wife." No, he got on a plane and he went to Chicago.
Right, with some Bruno Magli shoes.
And then when he came back from Chicago, he ended up with his homeboy running. So all of us know what guilty behavior looks like. Like this is not like hard. It's not difficult. You know, I don't think that anybody other than O.J. Simpson had anything to do with this. Let's be clear. But there's enough.
But there's
enough for the jury to see that that's not what happened because they said he was not guilty.
Same thing to your point. There's no question that OJ more than likely perpetrated the crime. Just like we saw. I'm coming to you next.
He was found not guilty.
He was found not guilty.
So we need to be
like
clear. We need to be clear about that. He was found not guilty by a jury of his peers.
Just like we saw with our own eyes.
So he ain't do it.
How many cops was beating on Rodney King in '92 and he was acquitted? We saw it on our own eyes. Nobody saw OJ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They didn't say they didn't beat.
Nobody saw OJ. The whole country saw about 7 cops beat Rodney King within an inch of his life, and the same country that saw OJ, not because nobody was that. Nobody had videotape.
That's the race, though.
Yeah.
Just think about it. You got white people beating up a black guy. Nobody's guilty.
Oh boy,
Then you got a black dude to kill his white woman, and nobody's guilty.
White folk, I gotta get y'all this.
So what's the consistent thing there?
I mean, I'm saying
power.
You had
power. 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 That's the consistent thing. The police had the power. OJ had the money. He had the power. So
he had the juice.
Race is always going to play into it, but so is power. So is power.
Let's get your cousin Terry in there. Shout out to Terry.
I don't think OJ did it.
Yeah. I was sipping. Peace and love, my sister.
Goldman was a server in a restaurant where the family ate after the recital, but they were still smashing Terry. The prosecution presented a good case. They did, but hey, under the time, I think the Times. Shout out to Greg. Peace to you, bro. Greg, stay down. We bugging. Smurf. B, another horseman. But your take so far.
But the glove didn't fit, so they had to acquit.
I mean, shout out to Johnny Cochran. God,
I don't personally think OJ did it. I would, if I had to put my money on it, I think he hired somebody to do it.
But nobody will know now. He's gone.
Yeah.
Do you think he left like a memoir or something?
He did. He wrote a book. If I did it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a book that
to be released upon death.
To be released upon death.
No, I published it for you to already read. If I did it.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Hold on.
We're talking about
yeah, come on. I told you. Come on, man. Like we complicating this. Like the jury found him not guilty because it was prosecution that was inept and they kept making mistakes. They let him put the glove on, which was dumb. With blood soaked that already shrunk with gloves on under the gloves. Of course it's not gonna fit.
We got some takes in the comments. Hey guys, if y'all in these comments and y'all comment, just do me a small, slight little favor. Just share it because you're gonna hit your people on your algorithm to hear me, Jay Grizz, and shout you out. So let's go ahead and get to Red Stephanie Douglas. Just say, and now we will never know for real.
Yeah.
Like Mark said, the book is already out, so we're not getting another chapter.
I mean,
it's done.
He told you, and of course he was protected by double jeopardy. Because once you found not guilty, they can't come for you for the same thing again. So you can right after you get same evidence, yeah, that part.
Not for that.
If it's new evidence and you done ran your mouth.
Oh yeah, all the evidence.
Yeah.
Cousin Terry said Al Collins. I think Collins is still with us to this day. So allegedly, her opinion is Al Collins might have been in it. Would have been to your point that he hired or put somebody up to it, or somebody was saying it was might have been the son, or might have been correction. Prosecution presented the defense case. Yes, true. Because I mean, the prosecution. First of all, I didn't know. Now we're gonna switch a little bit on this subject, just a little bit. I didn't know that Marsha Clark and the brother was bumping. You didn't know that? I did not know that, bro. They was smashing the whole time. Yeah.
I don't care about that.
I know, but taking no short. I can't take a short. I can't take a short with that, man, brother.
I mean, who wants to answer for everybody they've been fucking?
For me, I don't. I do.
Exactly. You don't. Just like Fonnie Wilson. Don't nobody care that she was fucking the dude. Donald Trump still did that shit. He still did that shit. Oh, you talking about the New York case. So it don't matter who you fucking.
True. All right. I mean, you
only to your,
these two gentlemen always. Yeah. These are the guys that I want. If I'm suicidal, I want them to be beside me.
I don't know if you want me because I'm like, look, I'm gonna just be too real with you. You like you being a punk right now, and you gonna really be a punk.
Yeah, you gonna be a punk. No, yeah, I'm gonna be a punk. Yeah. I'm gonna be a punk.
Why are you being a punk? Why?
I ain't seen nobody jump before.
Yeah, I know. You sick fucker. You would. You would.
Yeah, we would definitely be the devil and the angel.
Don't fall.
Holy Jesus. That's both of y'all. When y'all see me on the ground splatting like Wile E. Coyote, this was both of y'all gonna say, holy Jesus. What is that?
Can we sell it?
What the fuck is that?
Can we sell this weed?
Oh, I'm about to roll up. Yeah, I got it on repeat. I know you got it on repeat.
Because he, I know where he get his weed. We're not gonna sell it.
Yeah. It's poignant. It's sad to say with anybody transitioning. It's sad, you know. And it's sad that I saw Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce, old Bruce. He would like to be called Caitlyn now. Say good riddance. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure there were plenty, especially on that platform that is propagated by a rich billionaire.
All of them.
Yeah, they is going off when good riddance, die with the devil, and pitchforks and everything. And so as much as we've progressed, and I can't say much now because it seems like we degressed.
Oh yeah,
we have degressed in America in regards to race relations, in regards to relating to one another as neighbors. And I don't know, because I'm sure it's going to be going on once I'm chilling with OJ and Michael Jackson and Prince. I hope to, and my mama and them, I hope to be chilling with all of them, rolling a fatty. But my mama not going to roll in heaven.
You in heaven. You get to roll a fatty with your mama.
God is definitely allowing weed in heaven.
Man, please.
He's got no, it's coming from earth.
We allowing weed on earth.
Right? He got to allow it.
Are you kidding me? Man, please.
Correct. Oh, I got turns on that. All right. So speaking of which, the parlay this for the that's good content. Anybody got any final takes before I move on to the next?
Like I said before, man, the OJ, the lasting impression for me on the OJ story is the racial part. And you get a lot of people who like to act like race ain't a thing. Well, and you talk to me, I'm a fair person, but race is a thing. And if you don't acknowledge the obvious, then I'm not talking to you about this. You know what I'm saying? Don't even engage, because the reality is, we know that there's disparities in the justice system. And we also know that y'all was mad this black man killed this white woman and got away with it. Just like black people been watching white people kill black people and get away with it. That's the lasting impression with me. The visceral reaction that people had to that verdict is all you need to know about the OJ story. Long after this man's been in the ground.
You've been following what's been going on in Gaza?
A little bit. Yeah.
Like, Gaza, Israel. Like, that's what when I'm listening to you wrap this segment up, it's the same thing that's going on in Gaza. Like, yeah, you see a group of people murdering, taking out. I mean, children, adults, people that don't look like them, that are different from them, but not equitably in the same. If I kill 1 million of you, but you only kill 1 or 2 of me, how is that even?
It's because it is a couple things. It's white supremacy and it's patriarchy. Because white men feel like they rule the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not speaking disparagingly against any honest, God-fearing white person, but it's about white supremacy. It's about the supremacy. It's about the doctrine of the superiority complex that they have. And if you just look at history, you'll see. And that's what's going on there. If you look at the fact that a person could feel like they're superior to you, then it doesn't matter what happens to you and your children and your brother and your
Or
sister.
how many of you we kill.
And it doesn't matter how many of them we kill. If I can drop a bomb knowing that thousands of you will die and you don't even think nothing of it, come on, man.
And then get upset if I take out 1, just because that's my family, that's my blood. You kill 1,000 of my family members, and I'm coming for 1 of you, and you gonna tell me anyway? Let's get to talk. Go ahead.
I think about the whole Gaza thing. They pushed the Palestinians out into the Gaza Strip. They killed all these people. They took their homes, brought in people from other places, and put them in there so they couldn't come back. And now they want them out of the Gaza Strip. So they just
which is weird. And I hope this doesn't get shadow banned for me saying this.
Man,
but
please. You better say that shit.
Look, which is weird because that same group of people, the genocide was done to them 70 years ago. And for that to happen to the same group of people, for them to be perpetrating what happened to them 70, I don't know what that's called mentally or something, but that's fucked up.
Here's where you get the white supremacy, though. When you look at what happened 70 years ago, or 1946 or whatever year the Israeli state was created, I know the history, I don't remember the year. But Europe and America decided that that's where them people was going. Well, guess what? You had already had a land there. It was called Palestine. The land was called Palestine. That's what it was called.
It's just crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So look, there are those folks whose religious understanding would negate anything that we would say that's factually based. I have no interest in arguing with any of those people.
Yeah, it's no argument.
What I would say is, if you have a land where people lived, if you have other people who come into that land that says, you know what, now it's mine, and they're in bigger, stronger, and more powerful means, the original people who are now the oppressed people are sympathetic to me.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop giving them money.
And the $3 billion a year that we give.
We're gonna talk about that.
The $3 billion a year. But see, here's the last thing I'll say before I stop, because
you know the rule for you.
I know, and I want to be. I want to be respectful of that. But like, I had this conversation. I was talking to my wife about this, right? Those folks who come from the hood know what it's like when you got that one homie that's wild. You know what I'm saying? But that's your boy. And when he wilding, you like, man, that's your boy. So when it's just you and your boy, like, you got him by his shirt and you like, come on, man. Come on. Right? But when y'all, and he like, all right. And then as soon as you go out the door, he start wilding again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what you gonna do? You gonna stop fucking with your boy? Wow. Or you gonna hold your boy down? And that's what America's doing with Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
a bigger thing because it's got worldwide implications. Yeah. But I'm telling you, that's what's happening.
Let's get Terry's comments. Cousin Terry, now I'm calling her Cousin Terry
because she's Cousin Terry.
If she's your cousin, now she's my cousin. So Cousin Terry says someone replied to Mr. and Mrs. Jenner, or Mr. / Mrs. Jenner, you're the next Mrs. Doubtfire. We know Bruce did it. Ooh, why? Yeah, that's true. Why would he be saying something? If okay, and then she said the fact that the war is over a strip is effing crazy and bragging rights. And last but not least, black man being kidnapped in Africa. I saw that article in the Central African Republic, also in Chad. It's a big deal. I would love to get into that in another podcast. But Terry, we're gonna parlay this little political discussion into this, especially in America. And this is an election year. I said I was gonna run for president of all black Gen X's on the internet
I vote for you.
Exactly.
and socials.
I
Exactly.
vote for you.
Thank you, sir.
I would
You,
say
you,
I would say the girl's platform,
who?
the one that's running also claiming that.
Oh, we need to debate, sister. Give me her act, and we're gonna have to debate,
You want to
sister.
talk about it? I gotta find it.
Oh, I did see it. Yeah, but she polling in the single digits right now. I'm up there. Yeah, they.
Exactly.
How does he look? Because he want to be polling in the double digits.
Holy Jesus, B. What is that? What the fuck is that? B. I can't give you a pause for that one. No, D. Good one though. It's election year 2024. We have lived through as Gen Xers of some of the most craziest political times in the United States, considering almost equivalent to what I would call what our forebears went through, either right after Reconstruction. I like to equate this time between. I do not the violence and not all of that, but politically, these are times that we're living in. As far as we've had a president get impeached for getting having an affair with an intern, but not convicted. That's Clinton. That's 30 years. Clinton. We had Iran Contra. I mean, we could go back rather further than Watergate, but I'm just starting my time when I was voting.
Can we just bug off the fact that Clinton was the president 30 years ago? Can we trip off of that for just a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just for a minute, I need to trip off.
Yeah. They tried to impeach him, and it didn't work. Then we get to the first George Bush, who takes us into a war on a lie that creates thousands, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of terrorists. 9/11 happens. Then we get to Obama, who tries to break through on this demographic in America to say, hey, we don't have to do that no more. You know, we hope is what Obama was all about. That was the whole.
And he made you hope.
Yeah, it was the whole thing. Everybody, not just black folk. He's biracial. He's Kenyan.
He made the Tea Party too.
He's Kenyan and Hawaiian. You know what I'm saying? He created the Tea Party, but that was a reaction.
Oh yeah,
that was a reaction to him being voted in. But we tried. That was our opportunity, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, for us to let the bygones be bygones, even though it's hard to cover up a scab with some mercurochrome if it's stale. You know what I'm saying? If it's stale, it's hard to cover that shit up. But the backlash to him being elected is we go through COVID, that orange guy, a rebellion, an insurrection, and now here we are. One president that now is in office is how is he now? 87? 80. How is Joe Biden?
Joe Biden is 82 years old.
82, and
81.
82 years old. I'm not an ageism guy.
I am.
Yeah.
I don't want an old ass president. Say what you want about me.
This is why I say about taking those shorts.
Say what you want to say about me. Put an age limit on it. I don't. You know, I had a conversation with my father about this, who's the exact same age as Joe Biden. And you know my father. And you know my father said to me, I know he want a cane. You know how I know he want a cane? Because I got one.
And it should hurt. It looked like.
And I got one. So. Yeah, you know, my dad is a smart dude, but he's not, you know, somebody who you want to be the president.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
81 years old.
And
Donald Trump's gonna be in his 80s if he ends up elected. Like we looking at octogenarians, though.
What happened,
President?
Marcus?
I'm passionate about this one. I'm sorry, man.
You Panther, what is it, 96? At your app on IG. I'm trying to let folks.
Legacy Internet Radio.
Legacy Internet Radio. How did we get here? Did we as a country, forget the demographics, as a country, do we deserve the political leaders that we have today when we had the opportunity? What happened?
What happened? People ended up in a popularity contest with names they heard of before.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people, if you paid attention with your lazy ass and actually did the research on who would
Tell
be
'em.
good for your interests, then perhaps you would be picking somebody else. But you picking the names that sound familiar, who get on the TV and play to the feelings that you particularly want. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at Donald Trump and you a poor rural person in down south, what about this dude makes you think that he fucks with you for real? No, but he say crazy shit like stand back and stand by. You feed into that. So when we talk about make America great again, we know what that means. We don't have to act like we don't know. But when we come back to why are we not looking at younger, more viable candidates?
Terry just said we need younger leadership.
Younger, more viable candidates. Like I'm gonna be 50 soon, right? Barack Obama was younger than what I am right now when he was elected president. That's what I'm talking about.
How did we as an electorate, even with the money being poured in, how did we get stuck in the last, say, since 2012? So that's 12 years, right?
From there, yeah.
Since
Obama's second term.
Yeah. Obama. How did we get here? Is it?
It's
I got my take. I'm gonna set you.
The sound bite generation. So if you can say something catchy, or something that catch people's eye, you don't really have any substance to it. As long as they hear it, they can repeat it. That's how you get over.
So you're saying it's like do you think it's? I might be reaching too far. Social media had a big play.
Yeah. That's how we get the Lawrence Boberts and Marjorie Taylor Greens,
because they politicize to grift off of the likes and all of that. Like so, and that's a big thing. Like the techno, I call them technocrats. That's what they are. You know, the Zuckerbergs and the Musk and the Amazon guys, like they monopolizing all of this media to where it wasn't like you could go to the 8 channels or even cable. You have so many. If I go in my algorithm right now on a political tip to see what the H is being said, I could say a lot of words, but I can't say H tonight for some reason.
I see. Okay.
What's that?
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know. But that's where the conspiracies come, Stephanie. I think, and I appreciate the support of the pod, but if that's the only source of information, forget news. Ain't no such thing as news anymore. Yeah, ain't no such thing unless you're reading a newspaper or something that's something that has been put into it. I can put out something right now and put a hashtag on it, and it might be news.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, and I'm concerned not for us. Like we said, we Black Gen Excellence.
Exactly.
But I'm trying to give it to my kids, hey, because they don't want to vote. They checked out. If it wasn't Obama, they's checking out. And that's how I'm very concerned about this.
Well, you got to also look at how we're taught. Like our generation were taught about the political process. They don't even teach these kids how to write in cursive. You know what I'm saying? So, if, not directly connecting the two, but making the point that they're not taught the way that we were taught. And so the importance of civics, why it's important to support the official that you think would best represent your interests in a greater government where you can get the things that you want to happen so that you and your family prosperously in the way that you'd like to live. Like the way I laid that out, we don't think that way. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be surprised by people who don't participate in the process. Now, I will say there is a strong lot of young folks who are very politically savvy, who understand.
And we perhaps,
but we should pay homage to them as well.
Oh, for sure. I know and seen these young folks get out here and stand in the middle of 95 and block traffic.
Just last month.
Yeah, to speak up for what's happening in
Planned.
Yeah, planned it and put it together. I seen what happened with George Floyd and these statues coming down in Richmond in 2020. I've seen young people challenge me. My son was on the phone. I think I called you. It was like, yo, man, get on the phone, talk to him. You're trying to go right. Boy was like, nigga, let him. I mean, he say that, but he was like, hey, man, let him go. You gotta let him do what he gotta do.
How many shoes I wore out in protest marches, just screaming no justice, no peace. Like,
but we up that now.
Yeah, we 50 now, but we wasn't always 50.
No.
And we should encourage
Yeah.
the ones behind us the way that we had hoped to be encouraged.
I didn't give him his that's a dad fault. I didn't get him the proper training to go do such things.
Don't beat yourself up about
Right.
what you didn't do right, though, man. We here now.
Yeah, we here now.
When we know better, we should do better.
You know what I am encouraged by?
Mhm.
But we don't see a lot. I watch like stuff on YouTube like TYT and the Midas Touch Network. There's a lot of
I like Midas Touch.
There's a lot of young people in Congress. I can't think of this lady, the black lady name, but she is on the floor.
She's from St. Louis.
Yeah, she's
I got her name.
tearing people up.
She's a sister.
Ayanna Presley.
Presley's from Massachusetts.
She's one of them.
Presley is from Massachusetts. She's one of them.
Yeah.
Corey Bush.
Yeah.
Corey Bush. She's the one that was homeless.
Yeah.
She go hard.
They are on the floor putting it down, but they don't get enough credit.
Hit the button, bro.
Thank you for taking those shorts with your boy B. Take and step away for a minute.
We talking about practice, not a game.
We're
Not
gonna
a
do a
game.
real show
Not
while
a
he's
game. We talking about practice.
We got
I gotta
real
talk. We all gotta be
podcast.
quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, gift dealing, wheeling dealing, limousine right. I'm 40.
And now your host.
gotta let Flair.
Oh, fuck you, B. Sorry about that, guys.
So I finally seen the video of I'm a Man, I'm 40.
Oh, yeah. I see
all those years, I didn't get it. I thought the drop was funny, but I didn't get it. I didn't know where it came from until I happened to stumble upon it just organically one day. I see the video, and I was like, that's where it came from.
I'll go to break with that. And the reason I found it so, not just funny, but sports is one of the things that in my lifetime has always brought people, whether you was rich, poor, black or white, together, right? Yeah. And Mike Gundy, that was 2012.
Stop fucking
13?
with my kids, man.
It
Stop
was like
fucking
13,
with my
14.
kids. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Stop fucking with my kids.
So that was like 2013, 2014. ESPN had it on the loop. And I was just like, God, he's so passionate about the kids that he recruiting. You know, it was like if he came to recruit my kid, I would want him to play for that coach.
Guy, yeah.
Because this guy, I think he was defending, was a quarterback, redshirt freshman, and the press
just been burying him.
Was killing him.
He was talk shit to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's a kid. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk shit to him. Talk shit to me. I'm a man.
Yeah.
I'm 40.
We're going to break on these last couple of comments, guys. That's all we have to go by nowadays. Steph, I'm assuming you say I'm a late bloomer to all this, and then we'll get this final comment. I'm mixed chick raised in Chesterfield, never heard of black nothing. L.C. Bird wasn't teaching black history when I was in high school. And Chester, oh yeah, I know what you mean now, because I done been down there. Having to learn this stuff in my 20s, ASF. That's what the young kids say.
Yeah.
But my family sheltered me from what they thought was BS. I didn't know my skin had any type of tint till middle school, when all of my white softball teammates teased me being the only brown one, played against that trick all black. That trick was Matoaka was no joke. And honestly, Matoaka, the reason why Matoaka is Matoaka was because after the Civil War, here's a little information. After the Civil War, they made it like a refugee camp. That's how you got Virginia Normal School. That's how Virginia Union was a Baptist college, but they got it through the church, and they gave the state, the Union Army gave the black folk, the Negroes, Virginia Normal Institute as a college, and everybody that went there went across the river to live. So it was an enclave. So Ettrick still to this day, it's like, Stephanie, I'm sorry that I can't even apologize, white folk, right? But I'm sorry you had to go through that. You know, anybody that's got to go through that. But what I will say is, sports brings people together. Unfortunately, not in your case, because you got a Tab story. I'm sure you want to wrap it up before we go to Tab. Terry Kirby.
Yeah, we made them cry.
Yeah, thank you.
They beat us 55-0, but we made them cry.
Hey guys, we're gonna take our first break here, Taking No Shorts podcast. You'll see us, but you won't hear a thing because I'm gonna be playing music in the background just so I can get hyped for the second half of the podcast. But stick with us. Also on Instagram, on IG, I will be going live at Taking No Shorts Pod /and at Jay Grizzle. That's JYGRIZZO. When we come back, B's got a segment that he's been sitting, I ain't say sitting on, but it's along his alley because his idol, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. There's several female Kevin. You know who Kevin Samuels is?
It's not really people following Kevin Samuels.
They're not following. They're the female versions. I'll let you see.
This would be interesting.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. It's just in that same sphere of influence.
Right. They macking on y'all poor ass relationship skills. They grifted off of that.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, but the ladies doing it now. First it was Kevin Samuels, and he had a.
And we got ladies doing stuff, and now we got the male response to those ladies doing what they're doing.
And then I don't know what we're gonna get into after that, but I got plenty of time. I got Marcus J till about another hour or so. So here at Taking No Shorts podcast, I got the world television champ B.
Yeah.
And then also I got the yogi himself. Ain't no half stepping zone, Marcus J.
Namaste.
Namaste. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, gift dealing, wheeling dealing, limousine right.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzly.
Just 5 minutes, just 5 minutes.
That's all it is.
Yeah, honey, I know. I know. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm about to go. Damn, yeah, it was only 1 or 2 pictures, and it was just cause. 10, yeah. It was 10. You counted them. Huh. Well, I liked them all because she had a fat ass. I gotta go. Love you, bye. Taking no shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
You're talking.
Yeah, y'all can unmute the mic. I got it now. It's unmute and just go here. Yeah, we're good now. I'm sorry, guys. I appreciate it. Hey, John. See you at the table read for my last run. Shout out to you. Thank you for hitting these comments up. Stephanie, if you want to volunteer to be an associate producer, taking no shorts, hit me at oh, that's good. And if you partake in a good chiva, hit me up at jgreenradio@gmail.com. I am your host, Jay Grizzy. He's B.
Exactly.
And that's Mark.
Exactly.
Host of Legacy Internet Radio Zone. Ain't no half stepping. And he is one of the original horsemen of VCU, Gen Xer, name on his hat. And god damn it, he's just a swell motherfucking guy. You ready to talk about this dirty shit?
It's not dirty.
It's not dirty.
Kind of funny.
It's kind of, yeah. All right. So everybody knows, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. If you was living under a rock and say the last 3-4 years on the social media, I'll let B explain who Kevin Samuels was.
He's just a relationship guru type.
Mm-hmm.
He was I guess the king of red pill, they call him.
Mm-hmm.
And he just gave people advice on, I guess, how to
treat people better. Treat your
about living your life, in reality. Because a lot of people call up there and they say, well, I'm 4'1", 300 pounds, I got 17 kids, and I want a man making 500 million. So.
Salute to you, John. Shout out to you, Steph. She ain't RNVA anymore, but I'm down to help anywhere. Oh, I love that. We're gonna holler. We're gonna kiki. We might have to kiki. You can call me Uncle Russ if you want to. All right. So with Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, now transitioned. There is a smorgasbord of women who are trying to usurp that space he was in. Am I right?
Yeah, they're not trying to take over from him. They're trying to cash in on the hatred that he stirred up among the women that he pretty much offended, I guess you would say.
Was he a misogynist?
No.
Okay.
Because he told the men the exact same thing.
So I'm going to ask Mark before we get into this segment. Do you even know who Kevin Samuels is or was?
I've heard of him. I don't follow his work, so I'm not. I know he's passed on. I wasn't someone that followed him. Just from the general things that I've heard, I probably would have had some smoke with him with some things. But because he's not here no more, I'd rather not really.
We don't besmirch.
Yeah, I don't want to shit on a dude, even if he was fucked up individual.
Well, I'm gonna reserve how they say in Congress. I reserve the balance of my time, but now I'm gonna pass it over.
Please don't die.
Yeah, I'm not. That means you know what? I think the closest you feel to like going there when you cut cannabis, it's almost the better. Almost. It's
I don't like the cough.
Yeah, I like the cough.
I don't like the cough.
The harder my coughs get, I'm like,
yeah, that make my chest feel funny. I don't like that shit.
Okay. We're gonna throw it to.
You want it smoother? It go right down and then hit your lungs in the bloodstream, and then you just get to.
You see his face. I've never seen Mark's face make that.
Yeah,
I've never seen you make that face.
You can't get there. You don't let coughing.
I'm gonna go ahead and land this plane for the next part of this podcast and pass it to my better half partner on Taking No Shorts podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, B.
So we've been through this stuff before, the red pill, the MAGTOW, and all the other things. But Kevin Samuels came out, and he pissed a lot of people off by telling them that they don't qualify for what they want. So then we get the one that I saw and found it very entertaining. Girl name was what was her name? Not Kendra. Shira 7.
That's her at.
Yeah,
that's what she's known for on social media. She's
on the Shira 7 on social media. She's the sprinkle girl. That's her. That's her catchphrase. I think I had a government name somewhere, but either. Oh,
I don't want to get sued.
No, look, teach us how to do it. It's out
there. Die.
So,
on TV in front of these people, because I'm gonna leave. Like Jack Abbott left Victor.
I'm gonna take his wallet and I'm gonna leave.
On Young and the Restless.
Checking my wallet.
He was watching him. He just walked out. He's like, yeah, he's bugging him. So I'm gonna just leave.
So this girl,
you don't understand. You don't remember. Trying to mess with him. He's no selling.
He ain't got any oxygen, so he ain't.
So maybe he hasn't come back to Earth yet. He's still dying. Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I heard it, Mark.
Deep breath. Inhale.
Oh, Lord.
Get some
Jesus.
oxygen.
Go ahead, B.
So Sprinkle, he's out here telling these women that pretty much you're single to marry. So if you date this guy, you don't really have to be faithful to him because he ain't put a ring on it.
Fair. That's a legit point.
You know, I say guys can do that too.
Yeah, but people are doing it for the longest.
Yeah. And it's like if a guy don't have a certain amount of money and he's not paying bills, there's a lot of she's the queen of hypergamy.
All right, let's do one part of it time. You're giving too much with all of this. So let's start with if you don't have the money to take care of her.
If you don't have a certain amount of money, then you need to move on. Yeah, she needs to
So
move.
I've seen this. So let's just
Yeah.
each part. Do you agree or disagree? We're taking no shorts. Comments. We taking no shorts. It doesn't matter if you're a lady or a man. Should you date your tax bracket?
I say that's how people wind up alone and lonely.
Okay, how so?
Because there's this many people in your tax bracket. There's this many people around.
Legit point. Should you date? I mean, we both. I've been married for 20 years. I'm not gonna say but you married. Yeah, I think you said that.
Long time.
Long time.
I've grown out of trying to box people into who they should marry. With my opinion is doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like if you find
you taking a short.
I'm a natural because I'm a natural romantic. If you find love in somebody and perhaps they don't have the same tax bracket, I would err on the side of love. Now, ideally, you can grow together. Whatever that tax bracket happens to be when you start, you grow together to a greater one. But if you happen to fall for somebody and you know the trust is there and there's no kayfabe there at all,
Now you're talking about this.
you know what I'm saying? It's real, then I just So no, I ain't taking no damn short.
Shout out to
Accuse me of taking
Charisma.
the short. I ain't no taking no damn short.
I thought you was.
I ain't taking no
Until
damn
you
short. I clarified it.
Yeah, you was landing like this, and I was like, yeah, you
Did I straighten it?
Yeah, you straightened it out.
My
I was
brother.
like, okay.
My
But
brother.
no, shout out to Charisma because I've been and you've been to a couple of her love revolutions. We do.
I used to host them with her.
And the same thing that this man just said. He's been saying that. That's his consistency. He's been saying that for at least a good 15 years. I've known him for 20 plus.
Yeah.
But it don't matter to him. He's got he's a Gemini. Hashtag Gemini.
A Gemini, man.
It's Aries season. If you're Aries, getting these comments. B. Next one she said was a hypodermic needle. What the fuck she said?
They call her the queen of hypergamy.
Hypergamy. Explain to me what that is.
Well, it's where women are in control.
Huh? Oh.
Aren't they always though?
It's just who's getting put on by it,
right?
Like she not saying nothing that we didn't already know.
It's only dating for like profit.
But even dating wise. Honestly, when I was dating, I knew she was hungry.
Huh.
I knew she was going out with me because I didn't, what a normal typical, because it's hard. I would date my wife, when we talked, and she was like, dating a 19-year-old, 20-year-old Jay would have been horrible. I feel so bad for the women.
Yeah, but we all different. We different. Like you've known me 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've had lots of personal transitions, just as my brother you've seen. Yeah. So imagine going through a relationship with a person, because when we met each other, we were in our 20s. You know what I'm saying? You in your 50s, I'm gonna be in my 50s just in a couple of weeks. So you shift, You learn different stages of your partner.
Yeah, you mold.
You move, you mold,
Yeah.
and hopefully,
Settle in that joint like
hopefully, hopefully.
I mean,
You know,
hypergamy is, in essence, the game. In my area, I most part. You tell me what you think. I mean, she said well hypergamy, but your thoughts on women running teams?
I don't think it's
I'm a man.
okay. I don't think it's by itself bad. I think it determined like by your intentions.
How do you know somebody's intentions?
You got to get to know them.
You got to ask. I mean, we men.
Yeah.
If which what we doing?
I think the best, most harmonious relationships are the relationships where the dude probably loved his chick probably a little more than she loved him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because that's what the whole chase, the best relationship, because that's what the whole chase is about, right? I pick her. I want to do what it takes for her to see favor in me where she would allow me to court her and eventually choose her to have a family with her. So that whole time, I'm trying to be cool and do the good stuff and make her happy and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about us as individuals. I'm just about the natural course of courting.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So who's in control of all of that? If you, as the man, you want to do what makes her happy, then she's in control of what makes her happy.
Stephanie is in the comments. She says financially it might make sense to go ahead and run things, but I agree with the yogi.
Yeah, so women are control of sex.
Exactly.
I mean, you got the cookie, and if you're looking at it from that perspective, then that's an obvious thing. But in the course of just a harmonious relationship, it's the dude doing whatever it takes to make sure she's straight.
Oh, that's
you know what I'm saying? Because then you got peace because you ain't got to hear her shit.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you ain't
It's and then once you get to the game,
but she got to do her part and make sure you good too.
Exactly.
That's one of the things. Like women are in control of sex, men are in control of relationships.
If you, I would say that, but that's to be said as far as
we be trying to go against nature. That's where we get it fucked up.
Yeah, man and woman, you got to if let a man be a man, let a woman be a woman, and I ain't trying to get no roles crossed. Or if you want to have the roles crossed, let's sit down and talk about. Let's put that down on some paperwork like McMahon did. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let's do some paperwork.
Maybe not.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, sir.
So her motto is love is temporary.
Oh, wow, that's false.
Oh yeah,
that's false.
Yeah, feelings is temporary. So you gotta get those finances.
They morph.
Yeah,
hold on, let me write this down on my notepad. Is that her up there?
Shira Southern.
That's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got something for. I got some. I got.
She
Is
said,
that heat? Yeah. I got heat for you.
She said, you get a man. You need to stop doing everything. No hugging, no kissing, no sex.
Okay, I get it.
None of this stuff, and until he starts taking care of like all the bills, all the.
That's the worst thing you can do because there's certain parts of a relationship that you shouldn't use as some sort of punishment. It should be punitive.
Yeah.
Your natural relation that you have with your woman shouldn't be used in a punitive manner. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing as a man, you should know that. You know what I'm saying? Like you should know that. I think we get so caught up in deficient behavior that we give so much credence to it like it's the norm. It's not the norm. Like that's not the you're supposed to handle your business.
Amen to that.
Handle your business.
I gotta learn how to do the stars on the comments. But started read Stephanie Dublin on her comment. She was saying to what I was responding to. She said I was commenting on the tax bracket thing, and when she said she agrees with Mark in regards to it doesn't matter. You're going to go off for your love, how you feel. If you're a feelings person, then I starred your comment. So Steph, being a star in the comment, you hit me at J Green Radio. You will have a special Patreon free by me. So you have access to exclusive content here at Taking No Shorts podcast. But she said, but my marriage was ran like what Mark is saying. I'm not saying I don't love my husband, but he makes it known that he thinks he loves me way more. I appreciate your honesty.
It's natural.
If we gonna go out, I mean,
That's natural.
I was putting together this podcast producer, and my wife sent me a cash. Like she just can I get a phone call?
But here's the thing, though, right? If you understand natural relationship between a man and a woman, you don't exploit it. Like you don't make him feel a way, in that way.
you
and as a man, you don't make you don't make them feel a way in the moment.
Look,
like
I hope nobody makes me feel.
You got to protect their feelings.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I get in my feelings. So that hyperbole,
don't be an asshole. Don't try to fuck with them because you know that's the soft spot. Like that's where the relationship get fucked up.
I had to learn that the hard way.
Quit being petty, man. Like, you know how I do. Like I've never, ever, even before I've shifted this stage of life, I ain't never been in petty. Like petty for what? Like that's your people. Nah, man, that's your people's. Why do you ever trade?
Yeah, I know
why do you ever trade on making them feel bad? Like you might be mad, fall back and don't fuck with them for a little while. But don't purposely try to make them feel bad. That's just punk shit.
Yeah, I was being a whole
man. You own that.
Oh, I
because
did.
There's no win in that. For her to you and you to her.
You know what she told
Just fall back till you quit being, in your feelings. And then when you're ready to not be in your feelings, then re-engage. But don't purposely try to make them feel bad.
The one argument me and Mrs. Grizzly had is all the time as a woman said, just stop acting like. A lot of women have said, stop acting like a bitch. And I be like,
that's the petty.
I be like, that don't bother me because I ain't acting like a bitch. It don't bother me. But the one time she hit me in an argument, she was like, you acting like a bitch. And I was like,
your woman tell you that, you need to re-examine your whole fucking life.
I said, if I did that, I said,
yeah.
On 2 weeks, I said, she said,
you must be acting. You must have been acting like a bitch. If she told you that,
guess what? After that 2 weeks, nigga back was straight. Nigga was acting right. I said, man, I am not gonna ever act like it's different if somebody off the street tell you that because they don't know you from a can of paint. But for somebody that is seeing you wake up, get the crust out your eye, love you like you know nobody else love you, and to sit there and tell you, hey yo, you acting like a bitch right now.
But their transparency as a man to be able to receive that, understand that that's probably true, and make the change that's best for you. Mm-hmm. That's when you are growing. That's the growth. That's the healing.
As ignorant as I is, I've grown a lot.
Yeah, well, you should be proud of yourself for it and own it. And continue to do better.
Yeah. I'm sorry, baby. That wasn't much of a squirrel, but that's putting the pain.
That's a good
to your puck.
That was a good squirrel.
That's a pain to your puck. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So one of the other things is, they got the whole thing about 50-50, 70, what you pay. She said, if you're with somebody, you're not supposed to pay anything. He pays everything. And if he can't pay everything, you find somebody else. You should be living in your soft girl life.
Well, so no Dutch is what she said.
Yeah, no Dutch, no partial helping. He needs to pay for everything, including like hair, makeup, facials, whatever.
Oh no,
all that stuff, all her makeup, everything.
Yeah, that's your space. Yeah. She got me fucked up. I was finna do a couple of Applebee's. Back in the day, it's been 20 years, so I don't know what they say. Dad, it's hard. I can't say, Dad, it's hard out here to date. I was like, for shit, nigga, we had 2 for 20. How hard could it be other than that? I saw your facial expression, Mark.
It ain't going to have to be.
I just want to quote one of the greatest groups in the history of music. Easily, you can be left alone. Tighten it up, you better, before you find yourself by yourself.
I don't know what that say.
New edition.
I heard it say, I don't know who's like that shit, but that shit's kind of smooth as a bitch.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, you got to make sure that I'm tight and I got to have my hair and my nails done. This is soft, man.
It's the soft girl.
I'm not. Take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Take care of each other. But the minute that you step out and you make it more about you than who you rocking with, that's what you
I got a great story to parlay this all to. I remember 8th grade. I was 13 going on 14 years old, right?
Yeah, man.
To your story.
Yeah, man.
There was this young lady. I was doing what good men do. If you see somebody out of all the ladies that's maturing at 14, you chose her, right? So I asked her out. She said yes. We go to the arcade, right?
Oh shit! You went to the arcade?
Arcade and Burger King.
Big spender.
Big spender. Considering $3.25 an hour, I'm dating myself now.
$20.
I'm just saying.
You spent about $20.
Yeah, I mean, I'm dating myself, guys, but I'm just letting y'all know I went all out considering. And at the end of the day, the whole date, the vibe was, I want, good. Oh, I see you. You got me the extra cheese on the waffle. You let me spend a little bit more money on Gallagher and Mr. Pac-Man. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, your boy,
Make sure you remember.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Go walk to the bus stop, right? The whole date, I'm saying to myself, ain't nobody teach me how to do this. I just learned from some real ones. I just watched this all, and this nation took its course. I'm supposed to do this. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the night, I was also supposed to.
That's crazy. Okay.
At the end of the night, I at least, when I walk into the bus stop, girl, go ahead and give me a little kiss. Go ahead and give me a little kiss.
That's all I'm asking for. I just want a kiss, man.
That's all I want, a little kiss.
I just want a kiss, man.
Oh, I know your folks raised you right. I know they did.
I don't mean no harm.
Yeah, but come on, girl.
Before I let you go,
come on, girl.
Talking about practice, not a game.
I don't want to do
game.
nothing else.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
What you 13?
Not a game.
13, 14.
Yeah, man. It's your innocent self. You was innocent, wasn't you?
Yes, sir. I was naked to the world.
Yeah.
When the bus came, I had a great time. Me too. Door open, door closed.
No kiss?
No kiss.
No kiss.
No nothing. I said, hey, what is it? What happened?
Hey, look, it's just one of the first of many shutdowns we has been learned to just live with.
That's the game. That's how I tied it into the game when you telling me this story about this soft girl. You talk about this soft girl stuff, and
you had an any heartbreak.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to this new edition episode, ladies and gentlemen.
And then you fall back like George McFly. I just don't think I can take that kind of rejection.
Yeah. No, you know what? Oh man. So over the years, because this town, I live in Richmond, Virginia, it's a small town. So you end up go to different schools, college, life, married. No, nicest girl in the world. But I had to say that story. That shaped how I dealt with chicks from 14 to 30. Yeah, it did, man.
A decade and a half?
No, it's like you got to put that, you got to, back then, you had to put the right kind of bait on the line. And you got to know where to fish.
Yeah,
you can't go get some regular bait and go fish in the dead spot. You ain't go. That's why we was the horsemen.
Oh yeah,
that's why we was. All right, thank you. Go ahead.
So their whole software era stuff. Yeah, all these other girls posting things about what they want from men, what they're gonna do, what they won't do, what they require. And the men have noticed. So they've come up, all those girls with their sprinkle stuff. Mm. Now the guys are out making parody videos.
And trolling them?
They're trolling.
I didn't troll a girl that didn't kiss me. I didn't troll. I just let her go.
They're trolling hard.
Oh, see, that's
and
what I want.
And it's drizzle.
Mm-hmm.
So they are making videos using the same language, changing up the sexes and everything that these women are using. And the women are going off.
Of course they would, because they're not used. I mean, they didn't expect a man to do that.
They don't know it's a joke. They're taking it 100%.
Oh, ladies, it's a joke. We're not. I mean,
and they are in their feelings.
When did you learn the game?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like
It changes and morphs.
Do we really
You're
know
like,
the game?
what's the picture in LA now that's under investigation? Yeah. The story changes a lot.
Yeah. Somebody stole $16 million from you. Ain't know.
You ain't know. The story changes a lot.
Come on.
Hey, come on now. So it changes. It's fluent.
Yeah.
When the game is coming to you, the game is flowing through you. It's fluent.
I mean, I think if we don't play the game, if we just move with authenticity, then we have a better chance of having a positive outcome. Like I never was one that played the game. Like if I liked you, then I told you I liked you, and some women don't particularly care for too much expression. So be it, but I just never was one to subscribe to playing games, man. Like if I fucked with you, you knew, and if I didn't fuck with you, you knew that too. You know what I'm saying? Or if you did something that was a little weird and I fell back, then I fell back. Like that's just what it is. I think we should be more clear. We're not, and as I've always been a little bit socially awkward in that way. I just say it.
Time to play the
and
game.
take whatever come from that. I don't know what's happening right now. I don't even know what's happening.
That's good weed.
We was having a whole conversation.
Yeah.
And he just spoke into
Start
that.
up again. I get it. It's all about the you take it.
Some folks just substance abuse is just strange right now.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, that it's Joker brand weed.
Oh, I'm gonna parlay it into wrestling. I'm gonna give you one last shot.
Well, I heard you do the Paul Levesque just now, but I didn't know what precipitated it.
I don't know either, but it sounds great. Go ahead.
So the guys that are out there doing the drizzle parodies, they're getting like strikes from like YouTube. Their pages are being reported.
Well, they should. Tell me why they being reported?
Because the women are taking it seriously and they're upset that these guys are asking for the
They
exact same thing.
They trying to get them straight in the game.
The guys are asking for the exact same thing. Kevin was asking of the men, and these women are not having it, and they're fired up and trying to get everybody banned.
Well, I think they're smarter. Women are smarter.
Now, smarter than they don't understand parody.
No, I think smarter. And if that's not what they want to hear to keep the game on their favor, that's the smart way to go about it. Don't get in the comments and start going back and forth with the dude. Just go to his boss and make him lose his job. I mean, ruin his whole friggin' life.
That don't sound petty to you?
I mean, it's petty, but I understand from a reformed petty nigga. Like I tell you,
that don't sound reform.
It's reform.
If I hear something I don't like, I change the channel.
No, I
go to the next.
I like to be entertained by fuckery. That's entertainment to me. Now there's certain that I got a line. January 6th for one.
There's maturity issues with that.
Yeah, January 6th was one of them. But that's the line. That shit won't funny. It's for me, and I think we talked about this in a different circumstance. But I always try to find the cloudier line in things, and for me, that's through humor. So that's why I'm joking about it and everything. But I know that if they're not taking it serious, because they can't take a joke, it is extreme to get people. They block me on the joke. When I slip in a song that I played on break because I ain't hit a button right, we got to mute that. And then when I go back and listen to it, you ever heard it? No, when you go back and listen to it, or when I go through the edits, it's like 30 seconds, 2 minutes of the whole pod gone. Because I mean, this internet thing know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna finesse them. Trust me. And that's one way to shut those guys down, B.
Yeah, but they're shutting guys down for stuff they had already said. That's the part that kills me.
It's a woman. It's women reclaiming the game.
They're not reclaiming the game. They're twisting it.
But then it's up for us. It's up to men to get on the right track. This is how I got to the Triple H.
It's time to play the game.
And the men are doing a great job by pointing out the faults in their logic.
All right, and then we go to the next subject.
Yeah.
All right. So if you got time, ladies and gentlemen, as a man, I'm speaking to all men within the earshot of my voice. If you come across this on your algorithm, if you're a man, right? Well, call yourself a man, and you got time to be going back and forth with a lady on the internet.
It's time to play the game. You know you say it. You watch WrestleMania, Mark. I know you play it. It's time to play the game. B. I know you say it.
So you saying if a man got time to go back and forth, so the woman got time to go back and forth.
She's a lady. Let her go back and forth.
She's an adult.
She could be an adult. She
she
could
should
be
be
the
held to
goddess. She could be the queen of
She should be
Sheba.
held to the
I'm not
Living
going
my
back and
best
forth with you. Oh, I'm not going
life.
back and forth with
I
no
ain't
She should
going
be-
back and forth with you
She should
people.
be held
I'm
to the
living my
same
best
standard.
No,
life.
she's not a man, so she cannot be held to the same standard.
She's an adult. Adults should be
Smile,
held to the
bitch, come
same
on.
standard.
So she's a woman.
Women, they
Smile,
want
bitch.
equality, so we gotta treat them as
Bitch,
equals.
come on.
It's a little rough if you ask
I'm
me.
living my best
Equality
life.
is rough.
Yeah, you can't talk to a
I
woman
ain't
like you
going
talk to a
back and
man.
forth with
A
you
woman will
people.
talk to you like she's a man.
I don't care though. That's the
And
point.
that's what they wanted. That's what they fought for.
Good. I want them to fight more and
we
more.
got to give them what they want.
Yes. It's
And they don't. And when you
James
give-
Brown said it
when
best.
you give them what they want, they get upset.
So
So you keep giving it to them.
The man tax, bro. Here's the man
It's a
tax.
tax.
Man
Yes.
tax. The man tax. We live in a patriarchy, and as men, we get certain privileges that we get to trump them, but just because we dudes. Is it fair? Arguable in most cases, because a human is a human, and a woman is 50-50 with a dude. If you a smart man, you realize and understand that, and you just be a little extra nice to your lady from time to time, because you know that the balance is off because of patriarchy. That's the man tax. And the dudes that don't get it are the asshole dudes that fuck it up for the
I'll
rest
give
of
you a
us.
perfect example, B.
That's just real shit.
You know, this is the realest example I've ever gonna give you. Oh, damn, that's the wrong example. I thought about it. 'Cause I was gonna say, hoop it up. We played probably some college D1 girls for hoop it up, right? Hoop it up basketball tournament back in the 90s for Gen X. It's your name.
Exactly.
Anyway, we second day, third, we get to the second, third day, and we see three regular sized ladies. Maybe one was maybe 6'1", 6 foot even. And I'm saying, we gotta, it's easy work tonight, baby. That's easy work, right? Look at my face. It's easy work. Kevin, shout out to Kevin.
Exactly.
Homeboy of ours, college guy we went to school with. Kevin is playing the equivalent of 2024 defense on these ladies. When you can't put your hands on them. I mean, he's giving them, and they is wet through. He tight already. I can tell in his face. He is mad because that game, he is fouling them like we played in the NFL.
No, did I play them any different? Did I play any
No, or you was fouling them like they were men.
Because I played them like they was men.
Yes.
They signed up like they were men. They get played.
They get played.
I did not give them any.
I get your point.
The paint is mine.
Yeah, I get your point. And you, his last name Malone, so we call him therefore. So like Carl Malone was a hard-nosed ball player in those times, right? But being the fellas, it's like, yo, get big. He wilding. The whole time, what the score was after the first time out there is wailing. It's like 9-0.
Because y'all wouldn't touch him.
He get to the huddle like he's Bobby Knight or something. He Pat Riley in the huddle. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all not gonna beat y'all. I was like, B, man, I can't with you. They better than us.
They weren't better than us. Y'all just weren't playing because they were girls. Y'all was scared to touch them.
Yeah.
I put one girl into the backboard.
I know.
She came to
the backboard.
Did I do other guys like that?
Being the dad that
I did every guy that came to the hole. I met him at the rim, took him to the backboard.
This is the reason why you don't have kids. Not to say that this is not, but the station wagon back in the 70s and the 80s, if you had more than 2 kids, they didn't wear seatbelts.
No.
Or you put them in the back of the flatbed truck When you hit a bump, I remember with my
That
granddad,
airtime?
they get that little anti-gravity field in the country. They did that boy Luke Duke shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like, but I live. I don't know if I could do that with my children. Oh, I can't do that with Obi. I can't put Obi in the car without a seatbelt. I know. I'm grown up.
And I bet you ride your bike with a helmet, don't you?
If I did today, I probably would. I have balance issues.
Yeah.
It's time to play
Times
the game.
times different, bro.
Go ahead, B.
I'm
Go ahead,
not
B.
gonna give you
You
the
found
benefit.
that girl. Now I want to say it was. I think it was it in Richmond? It might have. It was Baltimore.
I think
it was Baltimore.
Yeah.
Hooping up Baltimore 96, 97, somewhere around there. B was out there giving out his 6 fouls judiciously. I'm sorry, not judiciously. Oh,
Like, give me the ball in the paint. I'm gonna turn
What's the
around. I'm
word?
gonna
Help
clear
me
you out.
well, you doing a lot.
Yeah.
You said were you doing a lot?
Yeah, he was doing a lot, man.
I did a lot
Wow.
every game.
I mean, yeah, he was doing a lot.
Every game.
wild.
I didn't change my game.
No,
Not
we
one
took.
bit.
To be fair, we took it. We tried to take it easy on them girls because them ladies at the time, girls at the time, but ladies now. Because I'm thinking if they play a hoop it up at this level, this is easy. That's easy. Just light work, right?
Perhaps.
I'm sure they got had scholarships in D1 schools.
Yeah. And I prepared them for the big time.
Yeah, he was getting them ready because yeah, he was. Look, man. Last weekend, thank you, B. I don't know how we parlayed it to. I don't know how we parlayed to hoop it up.
Who knows?
Thank the weed for that, man. So you put that girl, and she got right back in the game. And they the only two down low, like they throwing L dishes.
She was battling.
I know she was. She was like, "Fuck, nigga, you think I was soft?"
I would have married her. She was hardcore.
At Brittley 1437, if you ball could go down in the paint, got great lingerie.
If you just go down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. All right.
In the bedroom.
Wrestling. Marsha. We all watched WrestleMania this weekend. If you didn't, I pity the fool. Shout out to Mr. T. Mark. Your thoughts? WrestleMania, all over, because there's plenty on the internet for us to think.
It was so much. Do you want me to get specific or more holistic?
Sure.
I thought it was a great weekend. Starting with Friday with the Hall of Fame. I did not like. I think it was a terrible idea to put Paulie first. A headline is always supposed to close the show, but they did it for storyline reasons, which I also did not like. I think you should keep storyline out of the Hall of Fame and leave it separate. So that I did not like.
Was that the first they did that?
I don't remember them ever using
that before.
Using storyline in the Hall of Fame. I didn't like it. Saturday was a great night. My highlight, of course, would be Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. Jade is awful in the ring. I understand now why it took so long for us to see. Whatever she was doing at AEW, which I don't watch, she didn't have great ring, work. So I thought it was brilliant because while she was at AEW, because you'll remember that I said that the money matches Jade and Bianca. So now that she's in WWE and you have put her with two great workers like Bianca and Naomi, she can get some ring work, she can get some experience. And then later on, year from now, whenever it is, you can no. You got to turn her heel. She's a heel. You got to turn her heel. So she'll turn heel. She'll fight against Bianca, and it'll be great. That's a money match. The ending of the main event, leading to Sunday night with Cody winning the belt. Obviously that's where we have to go. Cody has one of the great ring entrances because that song is so personal. It was written for him. It's so personal. So you get caught up in it, but he is the least charismatic babyface I've ever seen. Like, I don't give a fuck about you, Cody, because you're a great worker.
He came to taking those shorts and did not take a short.
You can work in the ring. You're a great worker in the ring. You look good. Thank the great heavens that you gave up Stardust, you finished the story and all of that. But no one is going to argue with me about his charisma with the mic. You are not your daddy. You are not even your brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
how did he get there? It sounds like it's gonna. Cause I'm gonna tell you, the algorithm is gonna cut this out. It's gonna say Cody haters or Cody crybaby.
I'm not Cody hating. I'm not. I mean, I get the 2-year story. Like we all seen where this was going. I mean, mercifully, it ended now. It should have ended last year. They dragged this shit out for another year for a great worker in the ring, a legacy, performer who has zero charisma. Zero. I'm not arguing with nobody about charismatic Cody. Hell no.
Just like I said.
My favorite
boring. Every time he takes the mic, you're like, oh my God.
Because he's trying to babyface it up a lot.
Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Stop talking. Get him out.
Hold the fact that you naturally lean to heels.
I am a natural heel. Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead, B.
Get a
My
manager.
favorite moment in the match was Rollins.
The Shield Rollins?
He came in with the Shield stuff and immediately got out of Super Punch.
Yeah.
Superman.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Immediately.
I mean, Roman Reigns was honestly looking back at it and listening to your take on Cody, because I'll be wanting him to pull. I want like all the cheesy shit they did afterwards, like bringing everybody out like they did with Dusty and put them on, like to real wrestling fans, that's kind of weak. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
I'm trying to be nice. Come on,
nice.
I'm taking a short on the podcast.
Yes,
it was nasty. It was to me the whole end of that match.
White meat babyface.
Yeah.
And we not white meat babyface dudes.
No, I mean I'm not. I mean, I like Backlund a little bit.
I was a Hogan guy. I'm still a Hogan guy. I still pop for Hogan.
You like Bob Backlund.
It's okay.
That chicken.
That's the white meat babyface.
I know, like that didn't. And you saw what happened when Vince took the boy out.
I don't want to shade Cody. I like Cody, but his promo skills is so poor.
Who's like, after WrestleMania? I think
honestly, I'm gonna tell you.
You don't know the question. Who's after WrestleMania is healing for you to challenge him?
I mean, I knew.
You thought that
I kind of figured that's where he was going.
Okay.
I don't know who his next opponent is. I got nothing on it. Like you have not set Cody up for a good next run. Like you got the next pay-per-view on May 4th, but here we are 3 weeks from that. You normally have some sort of idea. Now I know WrestleMania was only last week. Like I get it, but you usually a couple of weeks out from
capitalize on it.
Have some sort of idea what kind of show you gonna get. Right. Now, I get another name that I'd like to throw out at you. If we can move off Cody, if we may.
Yes.
I am a Damian Priest guy.
I was thinking the same thing.
I've been a Damian Priest guy. And to watch
Senor
this
Money in the Bank.
I would hope, the way he got the title, I mean, Money in the Bank, I get it. Drew McIntyre is weak to me. A brilliant looking Scott Hall looking guy with Scott Hall level skill set, and just to be so blah, you are not a Scott Hall. So I'm not comparing you to him in any other way other than your body, because they essentially got the same body. You know what I'm saying? So I get the Drew McIntyre thing, but I wasn't really clamoring for another Drew McIntyre title reign. And I do like Damian Priest. He's from the Bronx. He's a Yankees fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of connect with him, so I'm good with that. I
forgot what his name was on East.
Luis. His real name.
Luis's real name. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Luis.
But I saw him in Punisher Martinez. He was in ROH. I saw him there, and I was like, "That's a big dude." I was like, "That's not only that. That's a big Puerto Rican." And no disrespect, I'll shout out to all of Barico. I say that's a big Puerto Rican.
Can I drop another name, if I may, that we didn't talk about?
Sure.
That has not made that big impact on WrestleMania, but who I think is a brilliant in-ring worker, has a great body, and we need to go back to his gimmick. Can we talk about Finn Balor? Can we talk about how great
Finn
Balor is? Yeah. And how we just waste that gimmick, just like we wasted Bray Wyatt. Like we lost.
Honestly,
with Bray Wyatt's character, the original character was so great. The legitimate heir apparent to the Undertaker, and they did nothing with it.
I honestly think
this is going to be really deep in the wrestling weeds, but I honestly think when he got hurt against Seth, he hurt his shoulder on a taking just a buckle bomb, and like he came back and he got hurt again.
Set him back.
Yeah, and then he just. It's hard enough for you to be a small guy in wrestling, but then if you always hurt, they can't mess. Especially if Vince was calling the shot, he might get a push now.
Yeah, I mean,
he might get a push now, but it's too late. I mean, I just said what I said. So,
but do you agree that the talent is there, the look is there? You know, I'm a Finn Balor guy.
I think he would be better as a face. He does not work for me as a heel. He cannot. A guy that small, unless you're what they call like
been a Benoit heel. You got a Benoit body.
Yeah. You got to be you got to be mean. He not vicious enough for me.
I receive that.
You know, I think I just think if he go out and is smacking people, I mean, if he just walk out and be like, you know what? Because I mean, as a small guy, I done that. I know it takes balls to walk up and smack somebody. I don't care if they 12 or not. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. B takes WrestleManias.
I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did say, I enjoyed the cash in. That was really good for me. With especially after
Money in the Bank. Seeing your Money in the Bank, that Punisher Martinez, aka
Punk the guy, and then he comes out there and takes the title of that.
I can't believe
so many people in the ring at the end of the Cody match.
Yeah,
that was like a TV. That was, I mean, and I don't know what you call it, but that was like an iconic moment. All it was missing was Stone Cold.
Well, did you hear the news today?
No, I didn't.
Out? Well, the news that came out today, and me and Damon,
he couldn't make it.
Shout out to our brother Damon.
Shout out to you, Damon.
Me and Damon spent a lot of time this week arguing over who made more sense, Stone Cold or The Undertaker. I was an advocate for The Undertaker because reality is
going to Mark for another mark.
You calling yourself the final boss. There is no more final boss at WrestleMania than The Undertaker. So storyline wise, it made sense for it to be The Undertaker in that spot. But Damon, the whole time, disagreed and we argued. He said that was Stone Cold's spot. That should have been Stone Cold in that spot. And I said, well, The Rock retired Stone Cold at WrestleMania. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, we argued back and forth about it. And then today, the news broke that it was, in fact, supposed to be Stone Cold in that spot. But the money didn't work out. The money didn't work out. And Rikishi was supposed to be there and participate.
But the money didn't work out for Rikishi.
Yeah, money didn't work out for him.
How about you hold it out for Rikishi? God
that was today's dirt sheet.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that makes sense. Stone Cold, I mean, you couldn't go wrong with Stone Cold or Undertaker, honestly. You know, I'm not going to take, I'll take shorts because I'm the host. And when I have one of my homies here and another one of my brothers here, like, I can't choose. I gotta say, you know, I gotta slice it down the middle. What do you think? Going forward, should I do that? Even if I say you can't come on here and take a short, but only I can.
One of the things that I really didn't sit well with me was the Devon thing.
Go get the table.
Yeah, that was just.
So is it because
Bubba,
I mean, there's nostalgia stuff that they're gonna throw into all pay-per-views.
I did like that.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So
I did like see him do this stuff and everything, but I was like, come on, man, y'all playing now.
I thought that every time I see John Cena, I want to fucking fuck. I just want to.
I've always liked John.
You want to do what?
I want to be every time. I'm telling you, he made the biggest mistake. What not turning him heel?
Who, Cena?
Yeah.
No, you can't say
they are not him. Whoever control that. I hate. When I say in pro wrestling, Bill.
You got heat with you. You got heat. You got heat with Cena.
To take heat. Is that heat? Undertake. Shout out to all style. I gotta find that drop.
Yeah.
You heard that drop? You heard that? Oh my god. Oh my god. I let Jim Cornette. I'll send it to you. Anyway, for some odd reason, I don't like John Cena. You can't
That's me with Miz.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, I know Miz in the beginning, the shit he did with Bryan Danielson on the talking side was good for me.
Speaking of Miz, gentlemen, I think the whole thing with R-Truth and the storyline of him being confused and all that, I think it's brilliant. I think it's hilarious. I think it's great, especially to watch him because he's a 52-year-old worker who's been in the business almost 30 years, and he's having fun. You can see he's having fun. We have a former world champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, NWA World Champion. I'm gonna give him that one.
And I've begun to soften on the Miz, who I've hated because he's a great worker. And to watch, Awesome Truth together and to see them with the titles was a lot of fun for me. That's one of the things that was
more belts than he has.
The Miz, yeah.
I mean, they're entertaining, and then I think about the eras of WWE and F. Like they always had, like even used the Outlaws, right? Or
the
New Age Outlaws before they got with DX. Like
when they were separate.
Yeah, they were just separate. They were mid-carders, but they were entertaining, and they came out for that time and did entertaining shit.
Yeah.
And for Miz and for them to put the straps on them, they're entertaining.
They
and I
gotta
hope
keep them long, but we have fun with them for as long as they.
I hope they do continue giving me entertaining shit. Yeah. I don't expect 5-star matches from them.
No, I don't. But I mean, if we can see them on TV every couple of weeks with the belts for the next couple of months, I'll be okay with that.
Did you see when Truth came out what's the name of that group? We just talked about them. Finn Balor and all.
LWO?
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
They were in the ring, and then Miz, Truth comes out, hold his belt up behind.
It's good stuff, man.
I was like, this guy's hilarious.
I mean, come on, 24-hour champion.
I wish I could
who's
put
out there was 24-hour champion.
underneath this thing. Hashtag Little Jimmy. Hashtag Little Jimmy. All right, guys. It's been a great podcast tonight. I hope StreamYard, when I convert this over for editing and clips, I hope everything works out. I hope I don't get banned for that. Confucius say, I hope they takes out good.
Yeah. Confucius fucks with you.
Yeah, I want it all to work out. I want it all to work out. Oh, very good. Yeah, Dave. We're gonna wrap it up here, Taking No Shorts podcast. Great show. I have plenty meat left on that bones, but ladies and gentlemen, but it's enough.
Yeah.
What you gonna say?
I was thinking about Russell Simmons' daughter. And that old ass man.
I promise I kept it to a certain time, so we got to wrap.
Yeah.
But next week, that's a great one. If that story stays on next week, what happened?
Russell Simmons' daughter dating that
69.
Yeah.
She was 21 and he was 69.
Yeah.
I will save that for next week. Can you put that? Can you put that down? I'm almost at 69. So super pause and no Diddy. Last thing, we're gonna let you get your answer out with everybody. If they agree or disagree, if they want to take a short or take a long with this guy, how they can get in his inbox. Don't inbox me. Don't send me no DMs. Don't say this guy is saying something that you don't like. Shit, you can holler at him yourself.
Hell yeah.
At
Brett1437 and Brett Lee1437 at Twitter and Instagram.
Thank you. Ain't but one person did it so far, but still, I was just saying.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, how you gonna hit me in the inbox?
I got time.
I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, how you guys be gonna hit me in the inbox about what another man said? God damn. Like,
I'm all in their feelings.
Yeah, I said, man, y'all better holler at that man. I can't speak for that man. Shit. He's just my homeboy.
There you
go. Put the calls out to this guy. And every time he always keep it 100. There was circumstances tonight, and he still came through. I said, man, wow, you didn't make me get on my knees and. But he comes through when you want to. I'm almost about to describe him as Jesus, but I'm not gonna do that.
Don't do that.
He comes through when you ask him. Even when you don't ask, he's Mr. Consistency, in my opinion. He is the owner of Legacy Internet Radio and the host of, what Sid Vicious says, he is from anywhere he goddamn well pleases.
Exactly.
This man puts out,
West Memphis, Arkansas.
yeah, this man puts out his content anytime he goddamn well pleases.
Like next week, right?
Yeah, he asking because I'm telling you, you got a fan here, and he been asking me. I said, I don't know. Ask the man. So we go ahead because I got to finish his outro. I'm sorry.
When's the next show, man?
When I feel like it.
There you go.
I'm telling you. I'm sure people have asked before. Today, so, and I'm telling you, I went to yoga class with this man. This is after after one podcast at another studio, another place, a podcast that he owned at another place, and a lot of ins and outs. And then next thing I know, yo, man, I was like, all right, because I was at a moment too. And I was just like, I want to see what it's about. And I said, oh shit, Mark ain't the same Mark. That's Mark ain't the same Mark, yo. And I said, Mark ain't the same Mark. I don't need to be the same person. You feel me? Yeah. That's called leader by example, ladies and gentlemen. Marcus J.
I started Marcus J. On Legacy in that radio is my legacy. It's what I am synonymous with in this internet radio and podcasting platform. I'm so honored to have been a part of that. I was today with my family at RVA The Talk.
Okay, shout out to them.
Internet radio station that is created by our sister Steph B. And our sister, and our sister Michelle. I was with them tonight. That's where I was before I came here tonight. So they have got their whole vibe that's beginning to grow. So definitely make sure you Google RVA The Talk so that you can see what they've got going on. I'm very happy to be affiliated with them as well as the internet radio station that we created. I created Legacy Internet Radio. So I'm happy to be here. After 12 years of constant radio, starting off as your sidekick and, finally ascending to the role of as the alpha. I am somewhat in a semi-retirement, an emeritus type of feeling. I enjoy it. I love being in the space and the energy. Will I go back to hosting and leading? Maybe not, but I enjoy having access to the choice. So, when you call me,
I think that's why we keep you.
Yeah,
we keep you in that because we know.
When you call me, I come through because I love being in this space. So thank you.
You're welcome.
B. I appreciate you, bro. It's always good to see you, Grizz.
John Stewart of Internet Radio. Just coming back in whenever he wanted.
Hey,
and
his night's on Monday. How ironic.
I appreciate both of you guys. I'm just a minute over, so I'll say this in wrapping up. First of all, make sure you like, share, and subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. Also, every Friday around 8:45 or give or take a couple minutes, I say CPT. So if you don't know what that means, it ain't meant for you.
Exactly.
On YouTube, that's youtube.com/@TakingNoShortsPod, and on Facebook, facebook.com/TakingNoShorts. For small domination, you can catch great content on. You can catch some. It ain't OnlyFans yet, is it? OnlyFans.
That's you.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing, but it's close without being OnlyFans because I don't want to get sued. But on Patreon is what it's called. Patreon.com, just search Taking Those Shorts Pod. For B and Marcus J, I'm Jay Grizzly Green. Until next Friday, and then on the socials at Jay Grizzo and at Taking No Shorts Pod. We'll see you soon.
we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk. We all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, gift dealing, wheeling dealing, limousine right. I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.